A quick recap then on place value. When we take these mixed numbers, we're going to place it like we say it. So how would you say this first number out loud? Nick, say it again. 12 and 6/10. So I'm going to write in this little place value chart, but I can erase here, so I don't want you to do it up here. I just want to show it to you how this is going to place value itself. We say it like we place it. The decimal is going to be the word and. So what we're saying it is 12 and 6/10. Okay? What about the second number? How would you say it? Jen. Remember, the word and is the decimal. So 46 and 39 hundredths. Be careful with C. Lily, go for it. Watch. 8 and hundredths is here. There's my 300ths. What's going to go in between? D. Now this little say it, place it like we say it system will work as long as our denominator is a multiple of 10. I'm sorry, not a multiple of 10, but is a, how do I say it? What we call a base of 10, which means 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000. It's got to be 1 and a number of zeros. If you don't have that, like in this example, what do I have to do first? Jay?
Multiply 50 times 2 to get 100.
Right, in this case I want to get an equivalent fraction for 17/50ths, which is what, Jay?
155 and 34 hundredths.
Okay, I'm going to just do the fraction first. Now we can place it like we say it. 155 and 34 hundredths. Okay? How many of you remember this from elementary school? Great. What about rounding and estimating? That's our second review. We're going to estimate our sum or difference. The first thing that we're going to do is take our decimal and we're going to round it to the nearest whole number. How many of you learned in 5th grade the rules for rounding? What rule did they tell you, Cecile?
If it's 4 and under, round to 0.
Yeah, you keep going. 5 or more,
5 more is up.
you round it up, okay? I use the expression, and it's not an original because some of the 5th grade teachers say it too. 4 or less, let it rest. 5 or more, raise the score. 5 or more, raise the score means raise to the next whole number. 4 or less, let it rest means keep the whole number the same as you see it. So when we look at 19.87, we're going to look at this number right here. Is it 5 or more, or is it 4 or less? Say it. 5 or more, we raise this score to 20. Here I'm going to look at the tenths being 1. 4 or less, let it rest. Keep your 40. So now add 20 and 40, and what do you get? Say it out loud, everybody. Done. Okay. Isabel, ready? Raise the score or let it rest? Make this 154. Karen, raise the score or let it rest? Do 159 minus 95 and tell me what you get. 59 is good. All right, last one. What is this number? 274. And by the way, I'll give you a ticket if you can say this.
Oh. I'm good. Oh, I want to do it.
Go ahead, Matt.
274 and
Now comes the hard part. 274 and
158, 1,589, 100,000.
one more time.
264 and 1,589, 100,000.
Almost.
Oh,
So close.
I know.
M.
1,589, 10,000?
Yeah, 10,000s.
Yeah.
Okay, here's how it works. 2, 7, use the place value chart. 274 and 1,589. 274 and 1,589, 10,000s. So Emily, you got a ticket. I'm going to give you a chance to redeem yourself. What's it round to?
Oh, God. Okay. So, wait. When I do it, wait, what?
What's this round to?
That rounds to 275.
You choked. 4 or less, let it rest. How would you say this one out loud? I'm not going back to you.
Oh, please.
Evan, you got the first crack. How do you say that number?
Which number? 79 and...
Here comes the hard part.
I know. Oh.
5 what? 5 what? 5 10,000s is correct. Ed, what's it round to? Okay. 79. Do the subtraction. This is the question that, like, for whatever reason, threw kids for a loop. They could not do this. Be careful when you borrow. We'll come back here in a minute with an answer. Keeping my fingers crossed. Anna, what'd you get? Good, 195. If you didn't get a 195, you made a borrowing error or a math error somewhere.
I was just doing it. Stupid.
All right, let's move on to example 1. What lesson number 9 wants us to do is convert all of our mixed numbers to decimals, estimate, and then actually get an actual answer. 25 and 3/10 becomes what is a decimal? Somebody I haven't heard from. Perhaps. Volunteer.
I volunteered to you.
D. Which is 25.3 or 25.3. Okay, what about the second one? When I ask you to give it to me as a decimal, say point something, just so I know how to, 0.77. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is round the addends to the nearest whole number. 25.3 becomes what?
Oh.
Pate.
377.
All right, we'll do that one first. That's okay. We can add in either order. As a matter of fact, it's probably not a bad idea to put the longer number at the top anyway, because this is the way you're used to doing it anyway. But I'm going to go back to you, Peyton, and tell me 25.3 0.3 becomes what?
25.
Okay. All right, add them together. Tell me what you get. Lily, go. 402 is good. Don't say 402 because from here on out, when you say the word and, it means a decimal. 402.
402. 402.
I'll even accept 402.
Wait.
Don't say 402 though, because an and is going to mean a decimal. Okay, when we add decimals, we have to line them up by decimal. It doesn't matter which one you put first, but I'll stay with the longer one and put that up top. And then I'm going to show you something that you may have also learned in elementary school as well. We have to line up the decimal. So start by doing that. Next thing, as basic as this sounds, I want you to see wherever there's no number, I want you to put a 0. They're called, in math, they're called Annex Arrows. I like to make it kid-friendly and I say, fill up your empty nests with eggs. Not such a big deal when we do addition, but you will see we will definitely need to fill these with zeros when we do subtraction. But get into the habit of doing it all the time, so everything now has a digit in its place. Now we add it together. And we get 402 and 7/100ths. The reason why they want you to do an estimation is because if you don't line up your decimal points correctly, you will see that the actual answer will be nowhere near the estimated answer. If for some reason over here you get 402 and over here you get 40.207, then you know you haven't lined up decimals correctly. Because our actual answer is going to be somewhere between 401 and 403. So the answer is close. And then they want you to turn it back into a mixed number. So what is 402.07? 402.07 as a mixed number? Jewel. And what over what? 7 over? Got it. Okay, let's just get started with example 2. We now have a subtraction one. There's one typo. Look what I'm going to do. Letter B. Cross out the word add. Should be subtract. Some do, some don't. Just be careful. Before we can do this, look what we have here. Remember I said what the rule is. If we want to place it like we say it, we have to have a base of 10 or 100 or 1,000. So what do we have to do to the 1/5? What's an equivalent fraction to 1/5 that has a denominator of 10? Jay. What about the half? You need an equivalent fraction. Denominator of 10. 5/10 is good there. Now I can place it like I say it. 426 point, what? Say it out loud. Say it out loud. 2/10. 2/10. 275.5. Okay? The rest you're going to do on your own, and then you're done for today.